In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing a thing for the podcast.
Just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast. The 4 OGs were back.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah,
It has.
Yeah.
I missed you fuckers.
So let's kick it off the old-fashioned way, just with fuck boys.
Fuck boys.
We're actually all here. And no promises on tonight's show about how exciting or anything could be, because
Right.
I think all of us are running a little on the fumes side as far as energy
John
is
looks
concerned.
fine.
John looks great.
But
he
I just got back from the gym.
But he
John
always looks
fun.
great.
You're
so-
dragging ass. I'm dragging ass. Scott's Scott. So
whatever.
Scott just doesn't have enough fucks to actually get excited. He's just
Get a couple drinks of me and I'll be normal.
fuck, man.
So this is the Freedom Friends podcast, and we are coming to you not even close to live.
Not even fucking close to live. From where, John?
The Warfighter Tobacco Studios.
Yeah, in.
Sunny San Antonio, Texas.
It's beautiful out today.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it
actually
really
back
is.
to being sunny, which is
Fucking
fucking
beautiful out
nice.
today. Yeah.
Yesterday was weird as fuck, though. That weird, like, sort of overcast, not really overcast, windy as fuck. Can't decide if it's hot or not. Or Saturday. Saturday's weather was fucking just strange. It was all over the fucking
I
place.
missed it. I was in Florida and it was
Yeah.
fucking muggy and gross. And then I was like looking forward to getting back to like my normal weather. And so I'm happy.
I saw one of those fucking memes that said, name something that's terrible when you're poor and awesome when you're rich. And somebody's answer was Florida.
Fun, dude.
That's the perfect answer.
So true.
That is deep cuts.
I was like, that is dead fucking on.
That is deep cuts, dude.
Because if you were not wealthy as fuck, and I don't mean like I make a comfortable living.
No.
I mean like
fuck you money.
like yeah.
Yeah.
Then Florida's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a shithole. Dude, so we went to fucking Caitlin and I. We went to we were killing time waiting for one of the other guys to get in. And so we were like, let's go, shopping. So we go to like Ross. And it's just nothing but like Echo and fucking ghetto shit and all this. And I'm like, nah, this ain't it. She's like, let's go to Marshall's. And I'm like, okay, let's go to Marshall's. Same fucking sad story. And it's like, yep. She's like, let's go to Burlington. Same sad story. I'm like, yeah. These things go off the demographics of the area, right? And Jacksonville ain't the nicest fucking spot.
yeah, because for anybody that hasn't shopped at any of those like discontinued stores or whatever, they're regional.
Yeah.
So it's quite literally, it's the overstock from the stores that are in the area. So it literally gets picked up, retagged, and then it's just shipped like a couple of miles to one of those clearance houses.
Yep.
They don't like re-centralize that and then push it over.
No.
So like they put a Burlington, I haven't gone to check it out yet, but they put a Burlington coat factory in at the Rim out by La
that'd be
Cantera,
good. That'd be a good
probably
way to go
a-
see.
which is like right outside the Dominion.
That's like
and
it's like Goodwill. Like if you go to a Goodwill in a bougie area, you're
Fuck
going in there
yeah,
and
dude.
finding nice shit.
Yeah.
Right? like fuck.
like I live in between TPC and Stone Oak, and there's a Goodwill up there.
Those
like,
lifters I gave you.
Yeah.
I bought those for Goodwill at fucking $8, and they were brand new with a tag on them. They're fucking Reebok lifters. They're like $140 shoes,
Yep.
and they're fucking immaculate. Those were fucking Goodwill and Cibolo. So like,
Can we just talk about Mikey's porn star voice right now?
dude, I've smoked way too many cigarettes this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like dog shit, and just yelling and fucking. I'm also kind of battling a little bit of whiplash. I think. Like fuck.
Dude, you sound like a Sunday morning hooker.
Yeah.
You're just like, $20. I'll fucking take you around the world real quick. It's fine. Just let me get a last one in before I pass out.
How about a ZJ, son?
What's a ZJ?
If you have
Oh,
to ask,
you can't afford it. Yeah, dude, my neck hurts right
Speaking
now.
of which, man, how was your weekend?
Busy,
How's your week?
busy
Yeah.
as fuck. Great experience. So as always, our buddies over at Round Canopy Parachuting
Yeah,
Team.
right there.
You're rocking the hat and the wings right there. Just fucking good dudes.
Yeah.
Just good fucking dudes. But I was fortunate enough. I got to bring 3 deserving vets out with me. I brought 3 ladies out with me, 2 Marine
Cool.
veterans and an Army veteran, and they were fucking amazing and just rocked the fuck out of the whole
Nice.
thing. Like honor grad status, bro. Like you want to talk about picking up airborne operations like that?
Yeah.
Dude, these chicks fucking ruled at it, man. They were fucking feet knees together, fucking doing their thing right, like fuck everything, like canopy control. Like they were like trying to hit the target and shit on like their 3rd jump.
Nice.
I was like, bro, these They're getting it, man.
I've decided I just don't like anybody at RCPT anymore. And here's my reasoning.
Because you're a hater.
If I hate them, then I won't want to go.
Is that it?
And that should solve my problem.
Dude, just come in October.
Yeah, I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure it out.
And honestly, it's $600. You get 5 jumps plus all the training.
Oh, it's not whether or not it's worth
It's
it.
fucking
at all.
so worth it. It's such a
just
deal.
At this
Like-
point, it's been just a fucking scheduling issue and
Right.
making it all happen.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
I think I'm going to look at Black Cat.
Yeah. Now, if you want to jump after that, then it's like there's packing fees and shit like that for the riggers and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But
I get it.
you know, it's a good gig, man. It's a good deal. But I got 6 jumps in myself this week.
Glad they could figure out that insurance policy for you.
Yeah, right. 2 of them out of the Cessna,
Yeah.
and then
The rest out of the
rest out of
Tico Bell.
3 out of the Tico Bell, the C-47, and yeah, that's such a sweet fucking accent,
Right.
man. It's so nice, just fucking weep. It's just
Yeah.
like the wee. You know, it's just so nice. I had 5 great landings, 1 questionable one. You know,
That was the last one, right?
the last one, yeah.
Didn't make it over to Fahey Forest, did you?
No, but the fucking wind was so damn high. I'm facing in the wind, hands high as shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just cruising backwards. And I'm like, this is gonna suck, dude. Like, I'm like, this one's gonna hurt. Like, sure shit. I eat shit. And rear PLF, I get it, it's all right. And I start getting drugged. Like wind catches me, I start getting
You got
drugged.
drug on the live feed you did.
No, I got tangled
Oh.
on it. I got tangled on it, but I was good. And then I pop a cable out and the fucker didn't pop. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm rolling and shit trying to pop it. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Because the wind was just keeping that tension. Finally, I rolled and pulled the riser and it popped. And I was like, Jesus. And now it's on the runway. I'm like, so I'm trying to like recover to shoot off the runway and shit because it's active, you know. And yeah, that one was rough. I'm getting laughed at from the air. One of the other jumpers is like coming in. And he's like, like as I'm getting drunk, I'm like, fuck you. Like,
We had somebody else that jumped this past week too.
yeah, I heard. Mr. Scott Jansen
Yeah,
got to jump in.
It was
I think you guys jumped from the same altitude, except Scott did it once and Mikey did it 6 times.
Yeah,
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 cumulative altitude.
Yeah.
probably.
No, I took my mom had skydiving on her bucket list, so we took her out to Lone Star Parachute, and my mom had her first jump, and I had my first one in 20 years. So yeah, it was pretty cool. First tandem I've ever done.
But not the first time he's been strapped to another man.
No.
No, but that was completely different
That
circumstances.
was for other things.
Yeah.
But no, she liked it.
That was
had
when
a
he
good
helped
time.
JC with the cross.
Yeah, that. No, it was a good time. The guys out there at Round, or I was going to say Round Canopy. No,
Skydive
out
Lone
of Lone Star. No, they're good group of guys, and my mom got the film package and stuff, so she got some good memories. And
Nice.
John's gonna edit us a video
Yeah,
together.
I went down to be the on the ground film guy.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I got a bunch of B-roll and a bunch of stuff of them talking, and after they landed and everything. And
How
they
big
got
was
all
that
the stuff.
smile on her face?
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
She was pretty pumped about it. They got to the ground, and I mean, I feel like it's just a standard answer. Like, how was it? And the first thing is, it's cold.
Well, at that altitude,
It is
it's just
cold.
fucking
they,
cold.
they said it was a 40
anyways.
degree difference between the ground temp and the air temp at 14,000
Yeah.
Yeah.
or 14,500.
The owner of Lone Star Handgun was at a RCPT.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You know the truck that's got the girl
Yeah.
and the kid, and she's got he drove that there.
Oh, nice.
And I was like,
That's a trek.
yeah, dude.
That's like 22 hours.
And he was there. We were bullshitting, and we gave him a shirt to like wear because he was going to get a skydive in out of the C-47,
Nice.
and he jumped it in silkies.
Fuck yeah.
And I was like, "How cool was that?" He's like, "I have no dick." He's like, it crawled up in my asshole and said goodnight.
I believe it.
And he's like, "It is over."
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, man. It was a fucking great week, man. It was a great week.
Nice.
Got the 6 jumps in though, and traveling. Not the best traveling week, dude. So I'll start with fucking when I got out there. First of all, by the way, boys, you'll appreciate this. Remember when I went and gave blood?
Yeah.
I get a call Saturday before I leave.
Uh-oh.
Hey, we're just calling all the people with positive antibodies tests and to say thank you for donating. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, you had COVID. And I was like, I did? And she's like, yeah, sometime in the last month. And I was like, that's funny. I've never had a fucking symptom. I've never even fucking been fucking
That's
kind of
funny.
ill. So apparently, boys, I had COVID some point in the last month. You were all around me, probably shared cigars and fucking whiskey with me.
You know, the
And-
funny thing is
I've
that they have flat out admitted that both the rapid and the blood test
Yeah.
are only about 50% accurate.
Yeah. But fucking.
You know what?
Butt fucking.
Thank you for your
but fucking-
service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here for you. Trying to
Yeah.
hook you guys up. So apparently, fucking had no idea. So I get on the plane though in the morning. Well, I go to get on the plane. I show up at 5 a.m. My flight's at 6:10. I got pre-check, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Southwest didn't put pre-check on my ticket.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay. I got to check like 2 big fucking bags and all this because I'm carrying out stuff for the jumpers that I was bringing
Yeah.
and shit and all this stuff. And I talked to the lady at the little kiosk. I'm like, hey, can I get pre-check added to my boarding pass? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. Just go through the general boarding line right there and they'll do it up. No big deal. I was like, cool. I'm in the line for 40 fucking minutes. My fucking plane starts fucking boarding.
Oh,
I'm like,
Jesus.
guys, I gotta go. I get up to the thing. I'm like, ma'am, can you just add this shit so I can run through security real quick? And she's like, actually, it's too close to your flight time. I can't send your bags down. I'm like, you're the one that told me to fucking come in this line.
Right.
Like, this is on you. Like, this isn't my fault.
So let me
Yeah.
get this straight. You missed your flight because you didn't want to slip your Crocs off?
I wasn't wearing Crocs, but
Because
no.
I have been through, literally the day after you guys flew, I flew out of San Antonio Airport. And whether you're pre-check or standard line, it takes about a fart to get through San Antonio security,
That's correct.
regardless of what classification you have.
That's correct. But like I was just following what she had told me to do. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, I got plenty of time. The line was moving, apparently at that point. And then they decided to fucking screw the pooch. And I'm like, all right. Well, at that point, the line for the regular fucking shit was wrapped around the fucking kiosk. So I was like, son of a bitch.
I think I've gotten really lucky with that pre-check. There's been so many people now that have paid to get pre-check so that their security is faster. That almost every time I've flown, because I haven't gone to get my pre-check shit, I've watched that line just be long as fuck for all the
Yeah.
pre-check people, and there's like 12 people in the regular line, and you just like zip through. And
I mean-
I've flown with people that were pre-check and been on the other side, like with all my shit back on, waiting for them to get through their security and shit.
I've had both experiences where like
I may have just gotten
I'm
really
like
lucky.
where I'm like
but
fucking like 40 minutes ahead of
Yeah.
the people I walked in
I
with
also
and shit too.
avoid flying on the weekends like the fucking plague. though.
Yeah.
Like if I can not fly on a Saturday or
I
Sunday,
would much rather fly on like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Thursday flights
Yeah.
are where it's at. Yeah.
I also
so-
like to get myself like that 2 p.m. flight.
So they fucking bumped me from the fucking flight. They're like,
Oh no.
the next flight that we can get you on is the 11:30.
Oh.
So now I'm sitting at the fucking airport from fucking 5 to 11 to get on a fucking flight.
sucks.
So instead of getting in at 2 p.m. Jacksonville, Florida time,
Yeah.
I get in at fucking 7.
Wait, no, that was
Oh.
on Sunday, right?
That was on Sunday.
And then you
So the
then you
Mexican
still-
food, the Mexican place was doing brunch though,
That's true.
where you
And
could
then-
do
and then-
Mexican and Mexican margaritas and breakfast and shit.
And then you still had to drive an hour and 45 minutes to Palaca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I was staying there that night. So
Oh,
I'd got a room at Jacksonville at that hotel by the airport
Yeah.
where we all like hung out
Yeah.
beforehand. I'd gotten a room that night. Me and I got one for me and one for Caitlin. Caitlin made the flight. So
Yeah.
she said, I felt bad for her because the rental car is in my name. Now I can't
Oh,
pick it up
she's
till
just
7.
sitting there waiting.
So she's like, so she takes like an Uber
Yeah.
from fucking there to, or calls a courtesy shuttle or something to get to the, so she got to at least chill. Like she got to her room and fucking got to relax, take a nap, hang out, you know, it was all good. And then I was just like, listen, when I finally get in, I won't even go to my room. I'll just pull up, pick you up. We'll go get dinner.
Yeah.
And then fucking, we can come back and rack. She's like, cool. So that's what we ended up doing. So I got in, got the car. The car was another
They
fucking
didn't
ordeal.
just fuck you up too
It
either
always
though,
is.
because Caitlin's pre-check and it wasn't on
Yeah.
her ticket.
Who'd you get a rental car through?
So I tried to go cheap and save some money this time. So I went through Priceline and they gave me, they went through Dollar.
So there's a company out there called 60, SIXT,
Yeah.
the smoothest
Yeah.
ever
Yeah.
possible rental car experience I've ever. And it's not like, oh, I used them once, it was great. I've probably used them a dozen times so far.
Really?
You book it online, you literally walk in and they're like, Mr. Simons, would you like a water? I'm like, what? Sure. They're like, cool, right this way. And they bring you to the desk and they're like driver's license, credit card, like everybody else. You hand it to them. They literally give you a key and they're like, car's outside. And that's it. that fucking fast.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not 2 hours, not fighting over, oh, well, you booked this car, but we don't have those. So we're going to give you this fucking compact or this minivan. Like, no, it's like, yep, there's your car.
That's
Thanks.
awesome.
I do like the
It's
Hertz
fucking
system
awesome.
though.
So
Where you,
Hertz
you
usually-
book it and then like
If you're a
your
gold
name's
member,
on the board and it just has the line
Yeah.
of like you can pick any car like in this row.
yeah, like,
You just
if,
walk out
like
there and
Hertz,
take it.
the Hertz Gold members, and I am one, which
Yeah.
I was just trying to save a fucking buck, and I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
So, so I get to Jacksonville Airport. There's only 2 fucking rental car places open, and it's Hertz and Avis. And Avis is handling all of them on this side, and Hertz is handling all of them on the other side of the baggage claim terminal, right? Well, Dollar is all the way to the right. So I'm like, okay, I get in Avis's line. I wait for another fucking half hour. The line's fucking crazy. There's like 2 people working, and they are definitely the fucking B team. I get up, and I'm like, she's like, who'd you rent with? And I was like, Dollar. She goes, oh, Hertz took them today. They have Hertz has it.
I've been like, motherfucker.
So I'm fucking furious. After the day I've had, I'm fucking furious. And I'm just like, I'm about to do fucking murder. Luckily, there was no line at Hertz. I walk up to Hertz. I'm like, you got Dollar rental car? She's like, yeah. And I was like, thank fucking God. And it's like this little Iraqi chick. And I'm like, I'm talking to her. I'm like, where you from? She's like, Baghdad. And I was like, hey, Shakamagu. So we're like bullshitting. And fucking 5 minutes later, she had me in a car. It was nice. And I was like, thank God, man. So that was I was like, you were the best part of my fucking day. I was like, trust me. So thank you out to random Hertz lady in Jacksonville, Florida. Thank
Hertz
you
has
for that.
their shit pretty wired. Even if you're
They're
not
not
like
bad. They're
even if you're
usually a
not
little
gold or
pricier,
whatever,
but they're fucking better, dude.
yeah, but they always have fucking cars and they're actually fast. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. So
So apparently we can put rental cars on the list with Florida. But like what's
and right? Fuck. So I that's what I did. I went and I pick up Caitlin and we go to I was like, where you want to eat? She's like, I don't give a fuck. Da, da, da. And I was like, let's go to Olive Garden. So we go to Olive Garden.
It's salad and breadsticks.
Fucking A, dude.
Goddamn right.
Tour of Italy. This is how hungry I was. And Jazz, you know this fucking plate well. I crushed the tour of Italy.
yeah.
Crushed it in like fucking 10 minutes, right?
Did you order it my way though?
I don't know which one.
Sub all the marinara for Alfredo sauce.
Oh, no, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
But
That is essentially just masturbating at dinner.
Caitlin gets like chicken carbonara, right? Comes out chicken and shrimp carbonara. She's like, I don't want this. I want just chicken. They're like, my bad, we fucked up. She's like, go ahead and eat. I'm like, I'm gonna. So I'm like sitting there crushing it. I finish my food before she even gets her food, right?
Yeah.
And then she eats. And as we're leaving, they're apologizing to her and all this. And she's like, it's just been a crazy night. And Caitlin, who has to fuck with people,
Yep.
is like, she's like, yeah, we're used to crazy nights. We used to work in a mental institution. And I'm like, where's she going with this? And she's like, yeah, I used to work in this mental institution. Him and I worked together up in Baltimore area for a while. And
Oh, your hometown.
fuck off, dude. All right. I'll fucking hit you with this chicken. And she's like,
Wait. If you slap him with that, is that a cock slap?
yes, 100%. 100%. A ruling,
If he hits him with that
What's
chicken,
that?
if I hit somebody with this chicken, it's a cock slap.
Yeah.
There it is.
okay.
All right. So
It's even a one-eyed cock slap. Because that's a pirate chicken.
that's right. He's got one nut too. So,
It's for streamlining.
and I'm like, yeah, totally. And she's like, oh wow, I wish you guys were staying. I could listen to those stories all night. And I was like, you might not want to. Just mostly it involves just getting piss and shit thrown at you. She's like, oh my god. Like, but of course, Caitlin and me just being weird together. Like we didn't skip a beat. It was funny. So I get up in the morning next day. We pick up the other guy. We fucking go down to fucking Palaca, do RCPT and all that. It's a successful fucking week, man.
Right.
And I'm thinking I'm riding a high from the week because the week was fucking great. And at this point, I got Caitlin, Jazz's wife and brother with me because I got Justin with me too. And
So both my wives and my brother were down there hanging out in Florida.
yeah, and our fucking flight, because the storm that's back east gets delayed coming in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So-
at what stage did it fuck it? Because the flight going from Houston to Jacksonville was delayed. Because I asked for the flight number so I could track it,
Yeah,
and I got it, and it was still showing me Houston to Jacksonville.
Uh-huh.
Was delayed like an hour and 40 minutes, but it wouldn't show me which one had flown into Houston.
and we didn't even fly into Houston.
No.
They changed that too.
So the way the flight worked to get your bird is it went from somewhere to Houston, Houston to Jacksonville, Jacksonville to Nashville, Nashville to San Antonio, and then like does this big loop. But I don't know where it fucked the flight up. But yeah, your flight fucked my sleep patterns all up.
Dude, same. So fuck, which is literally the reason that we're all dragging ass is because that fucking stupid flight.
Even Caitlin though said that because she was dreading that trip for how long the trip and shit was, and she came back and she was like, "I'm not gonna lie, other than the travel days, it was actually a fucking blast.
Yeah.
It was a really good time."
Yeah, we had a fucking great time. Caitlin and the girls fucking clicked, man. They are fucking road
All of a sudden, I
dogs
get this
now.
phone call. My wife goes, "I've got a new best friend." I was like, "Oh yeah?" She was like, "Yeah, she's an ex-Marine Corps drill sergeant that lives in San Diego." And I was like, "You don't need this friend." And she was like, "Why?" And I was
That's
like,
a bad idea.
"Because my best friend is an ex-Marine Corps drill sergeant that used to live in San Diego, and I'm telling you right now, you don't need this in your life."
It doesn't sound as great as you think.
Yeah, it briefs well.
Yeah, she's a trip, man. Chick's a fucking
Yeah,
trip.
so apparently my wife is going out to San Diego to hang out with this chick at some point.
Yeah,
Nice.
she's
And I
now
was
a firefighter for the DoD out on Coronado.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's what you said.
That's a
I was
fucking
like,
job to have.
Yeah, right. Like she's a cool chick, man. She's cool as shit. So we had a great time.
But
Everybody. had
Caitlin's
a lot of
brother
fun.
lives out there, so I guess we're gonna plan a trip and
Yeah.
go out to San Diego and see
Yeah,
her brother. and see
Leave
this
all your
chick.
credit cards at home.
San Diego might not be so bad. If you get
Yeah.
anywhere
I've
in the
never had
Los,
this issue in San
anywhere in the
Diego.
Los
Yeah.
Angeles area, though, just you might as well
Yeah.
just
LA, I have a problem out
Burn
there because I like the food, and all of the film and camera equipment stores are out there.
You like tacos
So, like-
in LA?
Only after I go on a hike in LA.
Oh yeah, you gotta go on a hike in LA.
But every time I go to
What's
LA, I
in,
always take an extra bag because I'm coming back with more camera gear.
Runyon Canyon.
Runyon Canyon.
Yep. If you're in the LA area.
My
Hollywood
favorite
area.
part about Los Angeles is you can see
Leaving?
all the exotic cars. Like you'll see, $1 million fucking whatever drive by. You'll see a homeless man pushing a cart. You'll see a Ferrari fucking drive by. You'll see a homeless man taking a shit. You'll see this fucking McLaren drive by.
Yep.
It's like it's just such a. There's no middle ground.
There's a spectrum.
Yeah, you're either shitting in the street or you're driving a fucking exotic car.
Yeah.
Like it's,
Yeah.
I was driving in LA one time, and there was a.
And it actually doesn't, because you can go to like Rodeo
And then-
it's the same thing.
Yeah, oh,
it's
yeah.
just like exotics.
and then you meet Andy Dick, and he's driving an exotic car, shitting on the street. So
I pull up.
That's probably the most accurate story I've ever heard you tell.
Matter of fact, I was borrowing my buddy's Ford Ranger, and I was bringing it back
Ford
to his
fucking
Ford
Ranger.
fucking Ranger, and I was bringing it back to his house in Downey. So I'm driving through like Huntington Beach or something, and I stop at a stoplight, and a fucking McLaren F1 pulls up next to me. And I'm just like, brum, brum. And the guy like looks out of his cockpit at me, starts laughing at me. This is a shitbox truck. And I'm just like, come on, dude, do it. And so he fucking zips out this light, just fucking 0 to 100 and nothing. It's
Those
just like,
F1s are crazy.
dude, it was fucking wild.
Center cockpit. You know the engine bay in those things are gold lined because
Yeah.
gold is the best heat sink that you can put in. So they line it with the engine bays lined
I
in
kind of
gold.
wondered where the whole $1 million shit came from.
The engine
so.
bay is lined in gold to draw heat out of the engine, so
Yeah.
the engine won't get heat soaked at high rev.
They're bad. It's a bad motherfucker, dude. Because I'm sitting there like listening, and all of a sudden I hear like this weird
It's a
noise.
very unique sound.
This
Yeah.
weird noise pull up next to me, and I'm like, "What? What is that?" And I'm like, and I think at that point there was like 4 of them in America, and like David Letterman owned 2. Like it was like there wasn't a lot going
Well, they
on
only-
at that point.
McLaren, I think, only produced like, I think they only produced 299 that were for sale. They kept 1 because 300 is the cutoff to be able to race them in Le Mans because it has to be a production car.
Yeah.
So you have to produce 300 of them to be able to put them into the Le Mans and that circuit because they have to be a production vehicle.
Right.
Same thing when Ferrari made the Enzo. They made 299 that went up for sale and they kept serial 1.
Yeah.
And then the other 299 went for sale so that they could race it. That made it a
Imagine-
production vehicle.
Imagine going to the DMV. Be like, sir, what's your serial number? You're like, 1. They're like, okay, what's the rest of it? You're like, no,
No, it's just one.
Just 1.
It's 001. But
See,
yeah,
I would totally be like, can I reserve 007?
right.
Like, that's, like if I was going to buy one, I'd be like,
I want 007
And your license
McLaren.
plate is just Bond.
Yeah, right. Fucking A.
It would have to be an Aston Martin for that. But
or
Agreed.
depending, because if you're an 80s Bond fan, you could go Lotus. You could drive a Lotus.
Mm. That's T. Dalton.
Oh, yeah, it is a
Yeah.
little T-Dalt,
That's T. Dalton.
but rocking the Lotus when the
Fucking
Esprit
hell.
came out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what I miss, boys? What Jazz and I miss, man?
Well, so you went skydiving over the weekend.
Yeah.
Well, we went on Thursday.
So how
Yeah.
was the rest of
And
your
then-
weekend?
well, so my parents came out.
Yeah.
My mom and stepdad, Johnson Hay Grinding. We
Right here.
had to plug that. So
I was wondering where that came from.
if you're in the Lee, Nebraska area, we got a new sponsor for the show.
You
This
use some
time.
hay grinded.
Johnson and
Johnson's
Son
son.
hay grinding.
Is this a sponsor for the show, or is he just a friend of the show and we're shouting him out?
Well, he's my stepdad,
Okay.
and my brother works for him.
It's funny.
Is one of the
Well, then
sons.
tell them to give us some money.
When they when he first got down here, he didn't say anything about it, and he strategically left this
Johnson's
the
son,
koozie
give us money.
Just
here
one,
at the shop. And then he still didn't say anything. He really didn't say anything until about last night. And then he was serious about it. And he's like, I left that koozie on that bar. Better see that on the show on Monday. I was like,
fucking-
I was like, I don't know if you want us to or not,
So
but
you
we
just
will.
guilt tripped a fucking a shout out on a
Fuck that.
podcast.
If he'd have left 4 of them, fucking.
I think it was the only one he had. I
could
think
put him
it was
on
like
our
his that he
drinks
brought.
I know we have a handful of listeners that knows that company
Yeah.
and actually
That's
listen.
awesome.
Yeah.
So,
That's fucking legit.
yeah.
Good. Well, if you need your hay grinded,
That's right.
hit
Boy,
up
that
old
is-
Johnson and Son.
Boy, that is a regional business if I've ever heard of one. Like that, that
I
is.
don't know if I'd say regional, more like very local, like within 100, no, probably a
Boutique.
200-mile radius.
No,
It is
what I
a
mean by-
boutique
What I,
industry.
mean, what I mean by regional is like you're not running into a whole lot of hay grinding companies down here in San Antonio.
No,
like
no.
you got to be in like Nebraska or like
Anywhere there's cattle.
Well,
Yeah.
there's, I guarantee
Like
there's some down here in Texas.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cattle.
Speaking of sponsors,
Yeah.
kind of glazed over that one today, didn't we?
Yeah. Mike, you didn't pay the bills today, bro.
Didn't pay no bills yet. Yeah, we'll get there. John,
Yeah.
how was your weekend?
So Friday we did the Hero Sports Bag Cornhole tournament here.
Nice.
Saturday we had a busy day. We had 2 events for Warfighter.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So Dave was up at Zodiac's Lounge in Georgetown, just north of Austin, doing their 3-year anniversary. And then Scott and I were at Copper Shot Distillery in Bastrop. And if you guys haven't been there, that's a cool fucking place.
It is cool. Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, I couldn't remember where the name of the town.
Oh,
I couldn't remember.
I thought I wasn't supposed to say something. I was like,
No,
oh.
you're good. I just
He was telling
only
me
thing-
that our buddy Ty came up and said hi to you.
Yeah, he did. And it was really funny because last time I was hanging out with Ty Carter, Medal of Honor recipient. Last time I was hanging out with Ty, I had a big beard and Ty didn't.
Yeah.
And so when he came up to the booth and I recognized the dude, but I couldn't
So you got a
put it
big
on.
beard?
He's got a big old bushy beard and I fucking cut the shit out of mine. And so he did the same thing. And he's like, I think I met you guys before. And I'm like, you look really familiar. He's like, Ty Carter, Medal of Honor recipient. I'm like, you
Is
don't have to
that-
fucking say that,
did
bro.
he say that?
Yeah. And I'm like, you don't have to fucking say that.
Ty
bro.
and his weird fucking flexes, man.
Right?
It's like when we were all hanging out that range and he pulled his medal out. I just looked, I was like, weird fucking flex guy. Like,
You know,
come
the funny
on.
thing is then like I've gone to lunch with Ty I went to like Pete's Taco House with Ty.
Sure.
And sat there and people were like,
World's famous Pete's Taco House.
but we're sitting there just like eating and shooting the shit and whatever. And we talked about the medal, but we didn't talk about the medal in like how we got it
Right.
or any of that. It was all like the dog and pony show that came with
Right.
having the medal like after
Right.
the fact. Like
Does he
So-
have a handler?
he did.
God, that would annoy the
He
piss
didn't
out
that
of me.
night.
He didn't.
He didn't Saturday.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't anymore.
I know Romashaw doesn't fuck with one anymore.
Yeah.
Petrie
Yeah,
doesn't
he
fuck
doesn't
with
anymore.
one anymore. Like,
Well, because Ty was still in when he got
Man,
his.
issue me a goddamn captain. Issue me a captain. I would pray to God I had a captain. So I need a captain.
I have some stories I'll share, but
fuck that. I want a major. I want a major bitch. Just be like,
Like, come here, sir.
hey, sir, you better fucking salute me now. I know
my
I
thing
rate a
is,
salute, bitch.
since you have to salute that medal, regardless of your rank, you have to salute the medal.
Yeah.
The average general has a lieutenant colonel or a colonel that operates as his aide.
Yeah.
So if I'm wearing a medal that even a 4-star would have to render salute
I want
to,
a 1-star.
I want a fucking colonel. I want a full bird that follows me around and just handles shit that I'm going to refer to as my aide.
Yeah, that'd be money.
It'd be fucking legit.
So how'd the events go?
They went really well.
Yeah, it was-
we had good turnouts.
Good.
Yeah.
That distillery is awesome.
Yeah, we got
It's awesome.
Nice.
They have a great smoking lounge.
yeah.
They
They carry a bunch of awesome brands.
really cool setup too.
They just how they do everything. They distill all their spirits using collected rainwater off the buildings
Yeah.
that they're in, and they use an open air still house. So depending on the time of year and what type of pollen's
It'll
getting
batch
dropped at
change
the
it,
time,
yeah.
the flavor changes. So they have this 200-year-old pecan tree pecan tree, whatever the fuck you want to say.
Pecan tree.
It's a big one.
It's huge, literally leaning almost against the still house. And he goes, when that fucker drops, he goes, you want to come buy a couple bottles? He goes, because it's amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, and we have a bottle here, and this is their barrel aged. And it's
Have you been out to
delicious.
Jester King yet? So Jester King is a beer distillery outside of Austin, and they do the same thing. So they have a living mash tray,
Yeah.
but it's open air. So depending on what's going on with weather, pollen, the allergy season, like all of that, it impacts the mash.
Big time.
So they don't claim. So they have styles of beer that they make, but they have no claim to anything other than each batch is consistent. But as far as like whether or not this same beer next year is going to taste the same, but they had one year that went back and it soured the mash, and so ever since then they've been all of their beers have like so it'll be like a stout style sour and stuff now because they're like, we're not going to change. Like that year happened and it changed the mash. Like that's going to just stay the beer. But now they've started growing their own hops out there. But it's on like a 240 acre thing, and there's bars like all through the property.
Nice.
So last time I went out there, I took like 3 cigars with me and just like walked the property and just went from bar to bar, and each bar was like serving different beers and shit. But ran onto the master brewer out there and started doing comparisons between blending cigars and blending beer. And then he started walking with me and we started bar hopping, and he was pulling shit from like straight out of the barrels and shit, and we just walked around and got hammered all day. Jester King is legit.
Nice.
So you guys have been to a brewery that has just hops, like before they, put them in anything.
Yeah.
Have you ever just gone up and grabbed a handful and smelled it?
Yeah.
What's it smell like?
Weed.
Like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
The first time
like
I was probably 2005, maybe. I was in a Four Peaks brewery in Arizona, and they make they have this like crazy hoppy beer. And so I was asking them, I'm like, where do you guys get your hops and that, blah, blah, blah. Like just trying to get information, knowledge about it. And so they bring me into one of their rooms and they just got fucking just barrels and barrels and barrels of fucking hops just sitting there. And I'm like, oh, this is fucking sweet. And he's like, go smell them. I'm like, okay. So I like pick up like one, I smell it. He's like, no, like get a handful. So I got 2 handfuls and I was like, and then I could guarantee you, he could tell just by the look on my face.
he's like stoner.
Yeah.
Fucking stoner.
I smell it and I just like look at him like, what in the fuck? And he's like, yeah, they're in the same family as marijuana.
Yeah, it's a cannabinoid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's why they both bud up when you let them grow long enough.
Yeah.
And they turn into those little capsules. It has to do with the...
Like
but you want it for the oil discharge.
I've often
That's-
wondered if you could smoke a hop.
Well, you can smoke anything if you try hard enough.
That's true.
Yeah.
If you're brave enough.
It's like anything's a dildo if you're brave enough. Anything's a glory hole if you're brave enough.
Enough spit, with enough spit pressure and determination, anything will fit.
That's right.
Or just use your thumb as a splint.
I saw this meme and it was a hornet's nest. It's like anything's a glory hole if you're brave enough. And I was like, that's a brave motherfucker, dude. That's hard like woodpecker lips right there. I was like, hey, dude.
Get your pants custom made. Kind of.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah, just when you thought you couldn't get bigger, you get stung a couple times.
Yeah.
Whoa! Look at the girth.
And it's like, I know what I need to do, but I don't know if I can do it. Fuck, man. Speaking of parent cigars and such, boys, what are we smoking on?
I'm actually starting with the Warfighter Connecticut because
Oh shit!
I know, right? A little departure.
Changing it up.
I've actually
The other 556.
I haven't smoked in a couple days actually after my trip, and so I kind of took a little bit of a break and decided that I'd wet my whistle with a fine Connecticut before.
Yeah.
But I'm immediately transitioning to my go-to because
Yeah.
he didn't even ask me if I wanted. When he walked out, he was giving out
Yeah, I
cigars.
just handed him
He literally just slid it across. I was like,
That's what I did to Mikey.
it's a fucking good man.
Yeah.
I grabbed the rest of him. I looked at him. I handed him his.
Yeah, handed me my 762.
That's why I grabbed it back
Yep.
there.
Which I'm actually not smoking. I'm smoking a gift that I got, a La Ferrona gift from a gentleman that I jumped with this weekend. He's a French guy named Jean Baptiste. Nice, cool guy, but
John the Baptist.
yeah, he fucking. He told me to tell you hi from back in the day, by the way.
Oh, awesome! I
You
didn't know
ever hear that
I didn't
joke?
know he was French.
Yeah. I think he changed nationalities over the millennia.
Oh,
probably.
okay.
getting his head cut off was probably a damper too.
When is the quickening? Like, that should be coming up pretty soon.
I don't know. Talk to Duncan MacLeod over here.
Where all of you guys have to get together and see who gets to rule for the next millennium.
Yeah.
I think we just rock, paper, scissors. It's really pretty easy.
It's less messy. It's less luggage. You know how hard it is to get a fucking sword through customs these days?
Yeah, it's true. Since post 9/11 travel, it's
It's
just
a
not like it
fucking
used to.
nightmare.
Fuck.
Bullshit.
You got to be like a rich immortal now. Like you got to be able to like fly private and shit.
That
like,
does explain why he lives in Texas, though, because we have that sword law where you can carry any sword as long as to the crossbar it is not taller than your shoulder.
I wonder.
Oh, I did not know.
And that's on the books. That is the
Yeah.
law.
I wonder if Weber lives in Texas.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna see me doing some Weber shit.
Yeah.
If he does, I need to borrow your sword.
Careful, bro. Careful.
No, I'm not worried. I need to borrow your sword.
Do you know how many souls that sword has released?
There will be another one. Fuck.
That's why there's no dings or chips on Scott's blade. You want to know why?
Because you can't put it out.
No, it's because he's faster than everybody else.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have to get in a sword fight.
So I'm smoking this La Ferrona though, and I thought it was sweet at first, but it's turned out to be a really solid fucking smoke, man.
Yeah.
I thought it was
I
like,
thought it was going to blow out. I'm impressed it held together.
It's burning nice,
It's
man.
not looking promising.
It's
Nice.
not bad though. So
I'm rocking a 762 Garrison Rosado.
yeah,
It's
me
fucking
too.
delicious.
Me too.
I haven't had one of these in a while. It's
But
been
I
a couple
believe,
weeks.
It's my go-to, man.
Yeah.
I have at least one or two of these a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I believe three of us are finished off that bottle of Horse Soldier that's
Yep.
down there. So.
Yeah.
Speaking
I'm,
of the
I'm,
RCPT
I'm
boys.
drinking a little bit of the copper shot there.
I'm gonna transition.
Oh, that's
to that.
that's what I'm transitioning over
Yeah.
to. But
Yeah.
We do got to talk about Sunday. We had a pretty good day on Sunday.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Michelle decided she wanted to break in the Flatiron Grill.
And the new house, kind
And
of
the new
like.
house, yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
So
she
sh-
did teppanyaki
Nice.
to feed, I don't know, about 437
yeah,
people.
she miscalculated
Yeah.
a little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Just a little.
So you're still eating at home.
I went
For-
home
for
at
the
lunch
next month.
today. Yeah. And, yeah.
I think she said because she, to do it right, you got to cook your rice like a day or two before
Yeah.
and just let it sit because day or two old rice is way better.
Yeah.
And she was saying that she did something like 52 cups of rice.
Yeah.
Jesus
Right.
Christ.
I was like, well, there's
You
only
coulda-
like 12 of
You
us.
could have did 5, man. Like, holy shit.
Maybe 15 would probably have
Yeah.
done. Yeah. But no, it was delicious. She did good. Yeah.
I'll tell you
Nice.
what, I had a great fucking workout today, even though it was cut short because you assholes decided to show up early.
Yeah. Sorry about it.
But I had a great workout because it was the first time like I had a fuckload of carbs. And so I was like, oh, this is so easy.
Nice.
Yeah.
I definitely carb loaded this week in the form of Yingling.
Oh,
Every time I go
you
down
win
there,
in a row.
bro.
Win
Dude,
in a
every
row.
time I go down there, I fucking drink my weight in Yingling, and I feel like dog shit half the time. That, and I also brought us just like last summer when I jumped the Tico Bell. Good old Tater, the master blaster for the Tico Bell, sent me back with a little bit of his hooch.
Oh, it's
Last
so
time
good.
we had the black cherry. This is the black and blue, so it's blackberry and blueberry.
Ooh.
And I took about a fucking jar of this to the face
Attaboy.
Saturday night,
That's
and Friday night. And I'll tell you, boys, that shit is dangerous as fuck, man. Like, whew. The next day I'm on the bird. I'm like early morning jump, and I'm like getting there, and Data's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "This is your fault." I'm like, "This is your fault. I'm about to fucking jump out of a plane with a crazy fucking hangover." And he just reaches over and he's like, "Here, buddy." And he drops me 2 fucking Advil. I'm like, "You're a good fucking man, dude. Get you hammered and give you an Advil to fucking make you feel better." All right, I'm into it. So thanks, Tater. I appreciate that. The crew over there at the Tico Bells crew,
Wait a
fucking
minute.
quality people.
what morning were you hungover?
All of them.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But the real bad one was Saturday morning.
Oh, okay. Mine,
Saturday morning, I was hurting.
I was straight up hungover on Friday,
Yeah.
and I haven't been hungover like that.
Well, I
in a
know
minute.
because you were fucking FaceTiming.
Yeah.
Fucking like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I had
Yeah,
a
I
missed
was.
face call, like FaceTime.
Yeah, the only one that did, the only one that still loves me is Dave, apparently.
Well,
you didn't call me.
my phone's on
I
do not
knew,
disturb.
I knew better than to call you, sir.
I told you he knew better.
I know. I fucking knew better than to try, Scott. I was sitting there looking at the list going, no fucking way Scott answers this phone.
and God damn it, I don't even know if I want to fucking tell this.
But
But on the back of my jump helmet, I added my Sentinel patch.
Nice.
There you go.
So Quinn,
That's a good spot for it.
Quinn,
It really is.
my jump helmet fucking had your Sentinel patch. It's adorned on there now, and so it's exited a bird. It's jumped fucking 6 times with
Nice.
that patch on it. So there you go. And actually, Jean Baptiste saw it and was like, "Hey," because it's fucking written in surrender. So and, yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, I was hungover Friday, and it was all TJ's fault.
yeah, Kimmy will do that to you.
100% TJ's fault. But I wasn't mad at it because the hangover was because of 18-year JMO.
Ooh, that's my fave.
The Bow Street.
That's my
Yeah,
fave.
it
Well, the
was,
Bow Street's different than the 18.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
this was Bow Street JMO.
I haven't
This
had
was the
that.
18-year Bow Street JMO. And
I have not seen 18-year Jameson in forever.
So we went to a liquor store and they only had 2 bottles of the Bow Street and
Yeah.
Kibby bought both of them. And we cracked one open that night and had a couple friends that we needed to anger drink about. And,
Yeah.
so we did.
Yeah, Kibby and I talked while I was out there.
Yeah.
He lost a buddy to a suicide, and the next day, I lost one. I lost one of my Marines, one of my
man.
reserve guys from Baltimore. Fucking did the same.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
did some anger drinking and
Yeah.
it was bad.
I'm getting worried about this.
Yeah, I'm too. It's,
Because I'm-
it's everywhere.
I'm starting to feel like I'm desensitized now because it happens so fucking much.
No, in the last
Like,
90 days, it's actually been really fucking bad.
dude, since I retired, and I don't even think this is an exaggeration. 23,
Yeah.
like 23 of my guys.
I've got a buddy right now I've known since I was 4 that's in intensive care because he fucking lost his mind and all these posts about, hey, come buy all my shit. I'm calling funeral homes. They're not even going to find anything to reconnect to my shoulders. And so they hospitalized him and he was still doing oil. And he was like, they can't keep me in here forever. It's still going to happen. And now he's been moved over to a
Jesus.
30-day ICU detox and
Wow.
the whole 9 yards, but he's still active component. And I'm
Ugh.
like, well, this is the end of your
Jeez,
career.
yeah.
Like this is, and he's at 18 years.
Oh,
so
fuck.
he's,
Jesus fuck. Well, it's probably a good sign that he's not kidding.
yeah,
Yeah, he's definitely not doing it for attention at that
No.
point.
but he was 11 series the whole time and tip of the spear when we went to Iraq and the whole 9 yards. So he's got his reasons, but I'm like, part of me's also like, dude, 2 more years and you'd
Yeah.
Yeah.
tag that 20-year marker. But
Yeah, got to celebrate a birthday this weekend. Your
my little brother
your
turned,
little brother turned
24.
So I did him a solid. We were because he's a photographer for work now, and
I didn't know that.
we got him a ride along on the Tico Bell,
Awesome.
and as soon as the Tico Bell takes off, everybody yells airborne. And as soon as everybody yelled airborne, they also I kind of talked to everybody and we sung him happy birthday.
That's fucking great.
That's dope.
So we sung him happy birthday on the way up.
That's awesome.
To jump. Yeah. And I couldn't see him because he's behind me. He's towards the front of the plane.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was like second jumper or some shit, or third jumper. So I'm like towards the back of the plane. But we started singing it, and the whole plane, like both chocks chimed in. And fucking, I'm pretty sure I heard a faint, go fuck yourself. But yeah.
Whatever.
Did he
That
get a
kid loves the
similar ride as
attention.
he got in the Cessna?
The
With,
what?
did he get a similar ride that he got in the Cessna when he was riding with?
I don't think
what's his
so,
name?
man.
I don't think you can get
I
as
don't think-
wild with
I don't
it.
think you can barrel roll the fucking C-47 so
Oh,
easy.
you could. I'm just not sure that one would probably survive it. Like,
That one's seen some shit.
Right.
Because that one dropped troops into Normandy and Market Garden.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the same static line, the same cable,
Yeah.
static line cable, it's the same one that they
Yeah.
used.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's fucking ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
yeah, I think I'd be okay with that getting swapped out.
Yeah. Well, so you know the story about this,
yeah,
right?
it went and was a Royal aircraft. And
Yeah,
then when they gutted it to restore it, they found the cable.
Yeah, it was a princess's fucking private plane for a few years. And then
What an interesting story.
Well, it was
That's
like an
awesome.
African princess too, like
Denmark.
sorry,
yeah, it was
Denmark.
like a Danish,
that's close.
like
That's
a
close.
Danish
Real close.
queen.
Well, at that point in time, half of fucking
Half
Africa
was-
belonged to the Danes anyway. So
That's true
fucking-
shit. I'm sure it's been to Africa. I'm sure that plane's been to Africa. And but yeah, so and basically when they were gutting it, when they were in the tail section, they found it coiled up, and they were like, "Holy fuck, let's clean this bitch up. Let's
Right.
get it going." So when they restored it, they put it in
It's
there.
not like it goes bad.
Yeah, right. It's fine.
There's a thing called fatigue. Like that's definitely a
Well, it's just pulling a D-bag. You'll be all right.
Ah, you're good.
Still happens. That was actually my dad was telling me.
In worst case scenario,
It's
you got to
pulled a lot
reserve,
of
dog.
D-bags.
In worst case scenario, you got to
My
reserve.
dad was
dude.
actually
Fuck it.
telling me a story that he scrubbed a jump he was JMing on because he looked up and 2 of the cores had popped and turned into this like ball of wire on one end, and he was like, "Yep, nope, we're done."
Yeah.
And then some field grader was like, "No, we're still good to jump," and he was like, "I don't see you as the jump commander or the jump master on this jump. We're bringing the plane down." Like, this is,
Pretty sure you're just a jumper here, pal.
yeah. So
You just sit the fuck down, sir.
that is probably more what he said. But now that he's older, he's decided to tone the story down. But
He stand up. He's like, 6 minutes. Get ready. Fuck you.
so
Yeah, that'll do it.
Can you pull your main if a static line doesn't do it?
No.
No,
There's no.
No.
Yeah.
no.
There's not enough force. You
Yeah.
couldn't have enough force by
it's-
yourself to pull.
Oh,
it.
okay.
Because it's controlled by 80-pound test line too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, it's
You can pull a reserve like a motherfucker, though.
yeah.
so.
Are the
we're sitting
reserve?
at-
Are the
we're sitting at
reserves?
breakfast.
Somebody pop a reserve.
So we're sitting at breakfast, and they were doing the morning jump Sunday.
breakfast.
And we're sitting over at like across town, and we're like, "Hey, look, there's the Tico. It's doing the morning jump," which I was gonna be on, and then I was like, "My fucking neck hurts."
Yeah.
I'm like, because I called him, I was like, "You can scrub me from it," and
Yeah.
and I'm watching him go, and it's like, boom, 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 and this guy's going down. Sure as fuck, popped a fucking reserve by accident. I immediately text Dallas, and I'm like, "Bro, who popped a reserve?" And he told me, and he's like, "Frank so-and-so." I was like, "Frankie two shoots from now on, dude. Frankie fucking two shoots."
Soft ass landing though.
That depends because you can't
Yeah.
control that
You're
motherfucker.
just falling.
Are the reserves the same size?
No.
No, they're smaller and they're
Okay.
non-steerable. But as soon as
Yeah.
if you're under your main canopy and your reserve opens, you have zero control over
Yeah.
anything.
Because they fight each other.
Yep.
Right.
And so,
So you're
the
just
whole
going-
time you're just doing, going back and forth, and you don't even know. And but I'm assuming that your rate of descent is slower, not by much.
I don't know.
You would think.
Well, you're increasing drag.
Well, I know the guy who did this particular one.
Yeah.
He's a little dude.
Just hanging out.
So he was probably up there for a minute under those 2 canopies. Like,
One of my jumps that I did, I hit an updraft, and
Yeah.
I'm not a light guy.
yeah.
And I fucking hung out up there for like 45 seconds. And like one of the jump masters on the ground when I got down, he's like, "Dude, I didn't think you were coming down."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "I didn't think so either. I was just up there," and I'm like, "Huh?
Yeah,
fucking look at that."
that's never happened for me. Like, that never works for me. It's always like, hey, fucking. I watch everybody else go, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
and you're like,
"Yeah." I'm like, God damn it. This sucks.
I just try to get away from everybody. Like, fuck everybody. Get away.
Yeah.
No, you're coming. Fuck you.
So they added a sand pit
Yeah?
for the PLF platform.
Okay.
And now it's like the target that everybody wants to go
Oh,
for.
nice soft
Right?
landing.
Yeah, dude,
The
totally.
whole fucking drop zone is a soft landing.
Yeah. Dude. And
Except
like,
for the buildings, the
and
concrete.
Shit
Yeah.
River
the
was
trees.
like dried, but it was like super soft. I landed in that bitch twice on purpose. I was like, this is gonna be comfy as fuck, dude. One of my jumps, I'm like, why am I always in the shit box? I'm like, why am I always falling in the fucking shit box, man?
You aim for it. You have control.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
same thing. Well, I don't know why I landed in the forest. Well, you fucking steered yourself there, bud.
It's like anything, man.
I was
Just
a new jumper, sir. I didn't know any better.
don't look at what you don't want to hit. We talked about this with motorcycles.
Yes,
It's
but you
don't
still,
stare at the
it
shit
works.
you,
you
don't
still
wanna
got to be
hit.
cognizant of it, though,
Yeah.
man. Like for instance, this last jump that I did, I was coming right for that fucking wind vane, the carrot in the middle of the drop zone. I'm going right for that. And I'm like, fuck, dude. This and I barely went over that fucking thing. I was
Well, that's like
"Ugh."
Dan Sharp from fucking Pop Smoke, and he almost landed on the PLF table.
Yeah.
He was literally like 6 inches away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were
And-
all standing
and
right
he's-
there.
And it's funny, his reasoning behind it was, well, they made me jump out this thing all week long, so I might as well try to land on it. I was like,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I was like, cool story, bro.
But yeah, he missed it like literally like inches.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right on the corner. I was
He
like,
was
"Oh."
shitting fucking
That would have
bricks,
hurt
too.
so bad.
That was not a nice PLF.
No.
Well, fuck. This mediocre madness is brought to you by warfightertobacco.com.
There
Use
we
that
go.
code Freedom Friends. Score yourself that sweet 15% off discount. Our friends over at owellness.us, which I could fucking use right now. I'm about to use that pain patch. I'm not going to lie.
Get it.
But stick it on my neck.
Right. It's mainlining it.
Yeah, use that code Freedom Friends 25.
Yep.
Score yourself a quarter off your order over there. For all your CBD needs. And of course, our good buddy Aaron Robertson over at AaronRobertsonInsurance.com. That's 1A.
Aaron.
Not like that shitty insurance that we know you all fucking already have that has 2 A's. He'll fucking beat it. Check him out. AaronRobertsonInsurance.com.
Yep.
Anything else?
Johnson & Sons hay grinding.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget Johnson & Sons hay grinding. If you got some hay that needs grinding in the fucking greater area of wherever the fuck they're from, where are they at?
Lee, Nebraska.
All right,
And if you can figure out how to put a discount code in, they probably won't do anything.
No, they want it all. They'll laugh
tell them
at
you heard it on the Freedom Friends, though, because I'd like to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to know what the reach back is on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
It's the number's 402-276-1111.
There you go.
Everybody call them.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and give it a call.
I don't care if you have nothing to do with hay or you were nowhere near Lee, Nebraska. Just go ahead and give them a call.
Just say the Freedom Friends told us to
Matter of
call.
fact,
Yeah.
Quinn,
Yeah, please, Quinn.
you got a mission, Quinn.
The number again is 402-276-1111.
Boom.
The Freedom
Ask
Friends
for
told
Mike.
me to.
Ask for Mike.
Well, do you need some hay grind? Nope. I was just calling to say how
I
you
just
doing.
told to call you.
Sorry I called.
Eh?
Sorry, eh?
I got to sit on another podcast this week.
Did you?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I wasn't on it, but I did get to sit there and watch it. And it's a cigar-centric podcast. So it was cigars, pipe, Tabasco, and
Tabasco.
Tabasco.
yeah, pipe Tabasco,
That
as well
sucks.
as pipe tobacco.
I've tried to smoke pipe Tabasco.
It doesn't go well.
Not good.
And
Is
whiskey.
that what the kids are calling meth nowadays? Pipe Tabasco.
It's that spicy pipe weed. Now shut up and hand me that light bulb. But no, I got to sit in on the Not Just Blowing Smoke podcast. And this week was this like all-female takeover. So they had a female rep, a couple of the female employees, stuff like that on it. But one of the gentlemen that's the regular on the show, they talked him into dressing in full drag for it. And he was just a little too excited about it. Like it was like he went with one of the hosts to go makeup shopping and everything, and like went and bought his own clothes, and then was bitching because nobody brought him a bra to wear.
Did
and
anybody
stuff.
tell him that it was a podcast?
I was like,
It's an audio show?
yeah. Theirs is a little bit more YouTube centric focused, but they're publishing everywhere. But they're definitely chasing the YouTube thing. So
Yeah.
it's
I met a couple of interesting folks that are in that world this week.
in the cigar world.
Tactical Rifleman, the podcast on YouTube world. Tactical Rifleman podcast. Carl Erickson for the host of that. He was out there at RSPT. He's one of the jump masters.
Yeah.
Fucking great guy. His son was out there. And I brought his son a cherry pie for his 6th jump.
Nice.
He fucking pied him on the drop zone.
Nice.
So yeah. It's good shit.
Yeah. So it's not a bad podcast. They're getting there. They've been around about a year.
Yeah.
They're
They'll never
getting
be as mediocre as this bitch.
Right?
What a
No, because they actually have like an agenda, and their shit's mapped out like 6 or 8 weeks ahead and shit like that.
Whoa, what is that like?
They're planned.
fuck all that. That sounds
We
exhausting.
plan it out like at least 6 or 8 minutes ahead.
Yeah.
Right?
They're doing shit like
What do you fuckers want to talk about? I don't know. Fucking do live. All right.
they're doing shit like they have the just released version of a cigar and a cigar that's been put down for like 3 or 4 years, and we'll smoke them in comparison to see what the aging does to each other. and
Nice.
shit like that. So, but theirs is far more educational than it is.
Yeah.
Debaucherous.
Yeah.
Debaucherous.
So-
Churlish.
But I was
And
talking to the
chagrins.
host of that. They all asked about our show, so I gave him the show name, and I was like, "Best of luck." Like, I was like, because we got into the whole follower comparison thing and stuff like that. And he was
Yeah.
like, well, I'm gonna take a listen. Like, if you wouldn't mind helping out to try and grow the show or whatever. So anyway, if you're listening to podcasts, go try out Not Just Blowing Smoke podcast.
I think we have about a 60% fail rate with the guests we invite on the show. 40% of them are like, fuck yeah. Out of those 40%, maybe a quarter actually listened to the show before they came on.
Yeah.
Sure.
But 60%, they probably listened to the show and we haven't heard shit from them.
never hear again.
Yeah. I don't know. Rich said he'd come back.
Yeah.
That's nice of him.
Well, I think that's more for us.
Yeah.
I think Rich tells everybody.
Oh, dude.
I'll be on
You
your
were
show
talking
again.
about,
Don't worry about
dude,
it.
he will make time, man. Like,
Yeah.
he's
He
just
will.
fucking, he's just that kind of guy.
He just likes
like,
hanging out though. Like,
Yeah. He's like,
but
oh.
we talked about his story and even when you talk to him offline and stuff like that, and he's like, "There's no fucking reason whatsoever I should
Yeah.
be as big as he is." He's
Right.
like,
Yeah. He doesn't get it either. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
But which is bullshit because he actually has like a full plan
Yeah.
and all that stuff
He
on how
does a
we
good
got
job.
to where he's
Yeah,
going.
dude,
But
he does a great job.
he does a great job. But he definitely talked about when he started, it was more of just it was a way for him to kind of vent,
Yeah.
and now it's turned into have to have a disclaimer so that he doesn't speak for the DOD.
or the Buffalo Police Department.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now he's got 2 branches of service to worry about.
Yeah, I think that was a myth. I don't think he's worrying about that one too much.
They made it look good though for that swearing in.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did. Well, fuck, boys.
Yeah.
Talk cigars, talked weekend, talk some bullshit.
Yeah. Anybody got a story?
Who's got that Sono shit?
Mm.
Let's hear one from the Great War.
Oh, the Great War.
Aren't they all great though?
Well, I was only in one, guys. I was only in one.
It's just lasted like 1,500 years.
Yeah, it's all the
The
same.
struggle of life.
I got nothing tonight.
No?
No,
That's fine. We can keep it mellow. Why the fuck not?
Hang on. Back.
Are you going through your Rolodex or what?
Yeah. Yeah. I was just reminded of a story that I told this week. All right. So no shit, there I was.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna need ice
Yeah. You might need something for this
and
one.
a little bit more whiskey.
Um,
Did you pass that
Sure will,
copper
buddy.
shot down this way?
So I was at Bridgeport, California, doing mountain warfare training, and it was the winter package, which is fucking terrible. It's cold, it's snowy. They teach you how to use snowshoes and shit, build your own stuff and stuff like that. It's a great course. It's good training,
Yeah.
but it is also co-ed. All right, and I wasn't thinking about this at the time, but it's haunted me since.
How many times did you check the depth of the snow?
Well, at least a couple.
Is that what haunts you?
No, what haunts me is there was a female Marine out there with me, and one day I'm like getting out of my hooch. I'm like you crawl out of you make like an ice cave,
Yeah.
right? And I'm crawling out of it, and I look up, and I just see her ass,
Huh.
like by a tree, and I'm
Please
just
tell
like,
me you did the little boop.
and I'm just so she's like maybe like 40, 50 meters
Oh.
away, and I look up, and I just see her ass, just boom, and I'm like, oh shit, she's changing or something. Nope, she started growing a tail. She's taking a shit. And I just see this fucking long fucking Bill Dole coil fucking just start coming out. And I'm just like, God damn it. And now that's in my brain for the rest of my life. Like I just remember just seeing like this big white ass and I'm like, hey, yo. And then I couldn't look away. And I'm just like, oh fuck. And I'm like, why don't you point it somewhere else? And she's like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Fucking, so, you get like those memories that just burn in your head that you're like, fuck, why did I have to look? Why did I have to see that? Fuck. And well, that's what it was. It's this chick fucking, she grew a fucking tail, man. Like, it was impressive by any man's standards. And she was a little girl, dude. And like, it was like, fuck, dude.
Oh,
That was,
MREs, man. The winter ones, too. Ooh.
yeah. Ugh. And up in that one, like you kill a rabbit and you fucking like we were eating a bunch of weird shit because it's like it's like I said, it's good training.
Yeah,
it's
survival training.
It's tough, realistic training.
Yeah.
And fuck, dude, that shit was but it's burned into my brain. Just watching that chick take a
You
shit.
know what we didn't talk about?
What?
How the fuck do you get a giant container ship stuck in a straight line?
Right. Actually, Jazz and I had a conversation earlier today about how
You
to
had
get
to go
that bitch
straight,
unstuck.
and you somehow decided.
I'm gonna take a left.
What the fuck?
You know what I need to do right
Did
now?
you not hear what
Hard
Dale-
to port.
Yeah. That's like Dale Earnhardt had one job to do.
Somebody must have accidentally dropped the anchor and I don't know.
But so Jazz and I were talking about how it took them like, 6 or 7 days to get it unstuck.
Yeah.
Right.
I saw a meme and it was like, give me 3 Marines with brigadier tools.
Yeah, exactly. And they had some fucking clapped out, like super old heavy equipment that they're trying to use to dig.
Yeah.
And then when they show the picture of that compared to the actual ship, you're just like, come on, bro. But so Jazz, we came up with a good theory earlier today. Like use, I don't know, logic. Like you hook up some chains to
Mechanical advantage.
Yeah, you hook up chains to the front and the rear with a couple pulley systems, and you throw one fucking Ford Ranger
Snatch
on
block.
each side.
Right.
Ford fucking Ranger?
One fucking Ford fucking Ranger.
Chain on the front, chain on the
each
back,
side.
go out to a snatch block, run the chain from that snatch block to the bumper of 2 Ford Rangers, fucking put that
Fucking
shit
boom.
low, and just fucking
Done
go.
and done.
Straighten that bitch right the fuck out.
You know
20
what?
minutes.
I agree.
Like, could have had the shit handled.
But instead, billions of dollars of
Instead,
fucking economy.
They
got
brought out a Bobcat
wasted.
and 2 locals, and we're like, you can take care of this, right? Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Fucking Suez Canal.
Right.
I didn't even know about it, man, because I like when I travel and I do like fucking when I'm in work. You've seen me
Yeah.
and Jazz, like I fucking zone. Like I'm 100% there, and that's what I do. Like, so I didn't even watch the news. I fucking hardly get on social media at all and all this. And somebody was like, They were like, "Oh yeah, it's stuck in the Panama Canal." And I'm like,
What?
I'm like, the Panama Canal. I'm like, the motherfucker's concrete. I'm like, it's like steel and shit on each side.
Yeah.
And it's like goes up like fucking 500 feet. Like, how the fuck did it get stuck? And I'm like, what the fuck? And then somebody's like, no, it's a Suez. And I was like, oh, it's that ghetto one. God,
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
more
no,
sense.
which is a ditch.
Yeah.
Like,
I read an article that they were going to do a bypass that goes to the east of the Suez Canal. And in order to create the actual canal, instead of digging it, because it would have been fucking a bitch, they were going to detonate something like 526 atomic bombs to create this canal. And I'm like, that's a great idea, guys. You should have
Jesus
fucking did
Christ.
that.
you want Godzilla? Because that's how you get Godzilla.
Yeah, you're gonna spark that motherfucker right up. Are you stoked about that movie coming out?
You have no idea. I
I'm
literally
excited
have it
about
saved
it.
in my phone to tell me that
I'm excited about it.
it's March 31st.
Who you going for, Kong or
Oh, fucking Godzilla all day.
Yeah.
right?
But we
There's
already
no
know
way.
that Mecha Godzilla is in this movie.
Really?
You just have to look at the toy releases, man. All the spoilers are fucking right there.
Yeah.
And they were fucking showing all the collectibles, and they had Godzilla, and they had Kong, and then above it was like this twice as big as the other models. Fucking Mecha Godzilla.
So
And if you go rewatch the trailer, the framework for Mecha Godzilla is in the background. It just doesn't have the armor on it yet. But
Huh.
shit, yeah.
So when you figure that out, is that like a spoiler alert you did to yourself? Like, do you get mad at yourself? You're
No.
like, fuck, I shouldn't have looked.
Because it's giant fucking monsters. I don't give a fuck what the plot is. Like I just want to see giant fucking monsters beat on each
That's
other.
a really
Like,
good point.
I don't care. That's like I've watched Godzilla King of the Monsters like 6 times.
I enjoyed it.
I can't tell you what the plot of that movie is.
I know Boston's gone in that scenario though. Like Boston
fucked.
got melted.
Fucking nothing left.
Like, fuck.
Because it's
Like
just
I'm convinced that motherfucker was a Yankees fan who made that fucking that movie.
What's great about that movie is that you don't have to wait longer than about 4 minutes before there's a giant fucking monster on the screen destroying something.
Yeah.
Like whole
Yeah.
land masses and shit just gone.
Oh,
So
Y'all are nerds.
you didn't watch those movies?
I'm not Godzilla.
Well, the first one in this
I'm
series.
good. I'm good.
I thought
See,
the-
the way
I'm
it works
good.
is Scott has more channels than you guys do.
Yeah,
So
apparently.
My only beef with the first movie was that
When did the first movie come out?
it made Navy EOD look like they
2014.
were cool.
Oh, okay.
Like they made Navy EOD look like these badass special operators, and I was like,
yeah. The
I'm pretty sure the Navy EOD guy doesn't know how to fucking halo.
Transformers also tried to convince everybody
There's
there was
not a
Air
Halo.
Force Special Operations too.
Yeah.
So
like,
let's
but the Navy EOD dude doesn't know how to halo jump in a wingsuit.
Yeah.
And like cruise through the fucking streets of fucking low altitude.
yeah, but look at
fucking
look at Transformers
Yeah,
too,
fuck
and they were
outta here.
like the support unit for the Transformers that were going to go fight
Yeah.
these giant space robots
Bunch
was
of
like
PJs.
six Air Force guys. It was like. And then they got to be the crew that hung out with them because
Yeah.
you know what those giant space robots need to support? 6 Air Force dudes. They're like, that's- they're really leveling the fight back out there for
fucking
you.
A.
So, but yeah, big monster movie. I'm in.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Skull Island was good too.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I just recently watched it.
That was a good one.
Kong Skull Island. Yeah.
That was a good one.
So
Yeah.
all it is it's the Godzilla movie and the Kong movie, and now they're gonna fight to see which one is the better monster. Because they talk about Skull Island in the last Godzilla movie,
Yep.
but Kong's on an island.
Yeah.
So when all of the other giant monsters come together in like a big group, he can't get off his island. So now I'm sure they're gonna loop back to the whole like we put him in a cage and we brought him to the mainland and now
Yeah.
giant fight.
Well, you can see in the trailer he's like laying on the fucking like a cargo ship or some shit or like
Yeah.
an aircraft carrier or something.
Yeah. So they're gonna bring
Which
him in and
I'm sure he'll be happy when he wakes up from that.
that'd be a nice little trip.
always bring the skyscraper gorilla to the fight. Like,
Yeah.
why the fuck not?
Right?
So
Well,
no,
fuck, boys.
stoked about it.
Talked about monsters. We talked about cigars. Talked about crazy weekends and jumping out of planes. I think there's only a couple other things to talk about.
Yeah.
That's tell your mom.
Tell your friends.
Tell your fucking mom's friends. Dave needs a butthole scarf. While he's quiet this week and not on camera, I'm telling you, that beard looks sittable. Am I right?
Yeah.
100%.
That is a sittable beard.
Mm-hmm.
Deal.
Yep.
Deal. Threatening me with a good time over here.
I
Fuck.
was told he grew that beard out specifically so that when he's done, he just has something to wipe his face with.
Yeah. Right? Did you get good beard growth too? Because you just shaved like a fucking week ago. Like, holy shit, man.
That's a little longer though.
Dude. Doesn't it seem like he just shaved like a couple like
I
last
see
month?
him every day, so
Yeah. Fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. Like, share, subscribe, smash all those buttons, do the damn thing as usual.
Follow us on
and,
YouTube.
Yes, fucking get on YouTube, hit that fucking
Yeah, for-
follow button.
You
For
don't
some
have to
reason.
watch it. Just
Yeah.
follow us. We just want the silver play button. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, for real. And
We're a ways off from that, boys.
Jazz, there's really 3 things
Little things.
that we usually highly encourage people to do here.
Highly.
Tiny little words of wisdom.
Yeah.
And the first one, to smoke on.
Mm-hmm.
Damn right.
Mm.
The one
And
immediately following that.
Scott's favorite.
My favorite, drink on.
There you go. And
And,
then after that, you tie all those things together, and you can only do one thing.
which is just, God damn it, boys.
Freedom the fuck on.
We'll see you fuckers next week.
Fuck, that was a good one.
All right, we're in sync. It's like the Beatles.
Took
and
us
shit.
long enough.
It only took us like 2 years.
I know, right?